Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. And another example of the sleekness of the SNP is the way they sneaked out a bit of news last night. Shh, while nobody's looking, we'll just pop this out and hope nobody notices. But alas, we are noticing. Back in the day, back when they started, the SNP made a big fanfare. Look at us, everybody. Everything in Scotland's going to be free. Free medication, free prescriptions, free. The only problem, of course, is there's no such thing as a free lunch and there's no such thing as a free aspirin. Because, of course, it isn't free. Just because it isn't paid for at the point of service doesn't mean you're getting it for nothing. You're paying taxes, comes out of taxpayers' money. And they've discovered after 17 years that this free prescription malarkey is actually horrendously expensive. Just like, everybody said. If you had, say, a £10 prescription fee that you have in the rest of the country, then people who can afford it pay a tenner. Doesn't matter what they're getting, £10. It could be a very, very expensive piece of medication. Be still only paying a tenner. But those people who don't pay, pensioners or children, get it for free anyway. The unemployed get it for free anyway. So forth. So the only people who are paying are actually the people who can afford to pay. But that isn't good enough in, SNP Scotland. So they said, okay, we're not even having that. We're going to be different. We're going to be better than England. Wow. And they bring this free prescription in. Until now. Oh, until now. Because seeing how expensive it is, seeing how they can basically no longer afford it, but not wanting to cancel it because that would be very, very embarrassing and would look terrible, wouldn't it? So all that fanfare about it and however to sort of sneak it back and don't tell anyone. They've decided what they're going to do is they're going to do it piecemeal. And so as of last night, when they sneaked this out in the early hours, I suppose it would be. But anyway, they've just taken 17 items off the free prescriptions list. So you will have to pay for them after all. You don't get these prescribed anymore. There are all sorts of things. I've got a list. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the things are. The fact is, they've taken them off the list. And I think increasingly this is going to happen. They're going to increasingly take things off the list. And so, yes, look, we haven't actually ended free prescriptions. It's just you can only get a free prescription if it's one of these 9 things or something. Because they are bankrupt as a nation. As a party, we know they are, morally as well as financially. But Scotland is absolutely bankrupt and they don't have the money to pay for it. The NHS bill and budget has gone through the roof. They're 18 billion in the hole. We've discussed this before. From the 17 years of SNP rule, they've managed over that time to increase overspend by £18 billion, which is why they have invented this figure of, now that Labour in, we're going to get £18 billion worth of cuts from Westminster. No, you're not. Nobody ever mentioned that number. That was invented by the SNP to try and cover up their £18 billion overspend. It's gaslighting, of course. But they've got to start saving money somehow. So they sneak this out, like I say, hoping that we wouldn't notice. They think they're stupid. They do. They think we're absolutely morons, don't they? They've got to remember that we are cleverer than they are because they are the true morons. You've got to be fairly stupid to think people aren't going to notice. And what on earth do they think they're doing? Of course they're going to notice. And, of course, they're going to make an issue of it. So I wonder if they've got their excuses ready. Oh, well, these things aren't particularly commonly used, or there are better available things over the counter, and insert whatever bullshit excuse you want. The fact is, they lied. They said everything prescribed would be free. And now it isn't. It begins. The end is nigh. Free prescriptions will soon be a thing of the past. Why not? Dentists are. Thanks a lot. Bye.